And that's it. That's all I want to talk about with Scousers, anyway. The other thing is, that advert you have on about the Greek, I think he is, Nicolo De Angelis or somebody.
Yeah.
I listen to your show every day at work, you see.
Yeah.
And I'm just sick and tired of hearing him.
Well, there's nothing I can do about it.
I know, but who is he?
Just about... I don't know. I thought he was that racing driver who was killed a few weeks ago. But maybe that's just for tax purposes, and now he's secretly playing the guitar. I don't know.
That's fair enough.
What do you think? I mean, I just get on with things while that's going on. I know I'll nip out, you know, for a wee or something like that.
Yeah, no, but I'm the punter, as you say. I have to listen to your show every day, which I much enjoy. It's the only one I listen to. But that's the only thing that gets me down. Because it's played so often.
Can't you do something, you know, do a couple of clues in the Sun crossword or something while it's going on?
Well, I don't get the sun.
Put the kettle on.
I'd never get the sun. The mirror.
Yes, yes, all right. Anyway, this is all very tedious, self-indulgent. You'll be going now.
Bye.
Bye-bye, yeah, fine. David Miles from Hyde. Very nice of him to take the trouble. Chris Butterworth in Staley Bridge.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, I've got some good jokes for you about Scousers now.
Right, OK, because...
why do pigeons fly over Liverpool upside down?
Now, this is rude, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Well, it can be.
Yeah, but I put it so it isn't.
All right, then.
Because the Liverpools aren't even worth it screeching on.
Yes, very good, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Right, I've got some top 10 goodies for you here, some baddies, whatever you want to call them.
There was a Liverpool joke in a letter that I got, which I, of course, diligently lost. Why do Liverpoolians talk through their bottoms?
I don't know.
Because the mouths are worn out. Okay.
It's a good one.
It's very good, that. Very good, yes.
Yeah, right, some top 10 baddies for you now.
Yeah.
Right, trying to get through to Jim Reeve's show, that's one of them.
Yeah.
An hour and a half.
Yeah.
Took me.
Mm.
An hour and a half. Trying to eat a packet of crisp while watching snooker without anybody moaning.
Mm.
Yeah. Morons coming on the show talking about raisins.
Raisin, yes, I want to know what all this raisin business is about.
I don't know, I haven't got a clue.
I'm very interested, actually. I think there's a bit of mileage in this one.
Aye. Yeah, I think we better follow this up.
Yeah, certainly, yeah.
We'll have to raise on this point one time in the future, I think.
Yes, right up.
Right.
Yeah.
The best one, you know, what I've experienced tonight, running for the last bus, right?
Yeah.
At 9:30.
Yeah.
In Staley Bridge.
Oh, is that to the time the last bus goes in Staley Bridge?
Yeah, it is, because we live in Erridge, you see, in Mosley.
Yes,
you know, up in Tills near Sheep.
Yes.
Anyway, right, running for the last bus and they slam door in your face, smile at you and pull out. Now, it's the worst one that snaps me up, that one, Jim, I tell you.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the... because one's instinct on occasions like this is to... is somehow to get to the bus driver and smash him in the face.
Yeah, well, when we used to be at school, you see, we used to all just open the emergency doors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
But it ill becomes a grown man, doesn't it, to do that sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, I do see what you mean.
Yeah.
Right, Jim, is that it now?
Oh, yes, it certainly is. David White in Oldham.
Good evening, Jim.
Good evening.
I just wanted to ask your opinion about the fluctuating prices of petrol. Presumably, being a motorist, you'd take some interest in this.
Yes.
Yeah, well, let me give you an example.
Well, let me put it this way. When the price of petrol goes up, I think it's bad. When it comes down, I think it's good. Yeah.
Of course, yeah, I agree with you fully there, but...
We're expecting me to be controversial?
Well, let me give you an example anyway.
Okay.
About 3 or 4 weeks ago, in the area where I live, the prices of petrol range from $1.54 to $1.45 a gallon.
Yeah.
And then, all of a sudden, they all went to $1.64.6.
Oh, you know why that was, don't you?
Well, it was because Shell put the price up, wasn't it?
Because they reduced the subsidy to petrol station operators.
Apparently.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, the companies can claim that they're not indulging in price fixing.
Yeah.
But yet, all of a sudden, all the prices are exactly the same.
Well, they're bound to do, aren't they?
Yeah. I think it's ridiculous, you know. Something should be done about it.
Well, they say, apparently we're operating in a market economy, so everything should be all right.
But it isn't.
Well, if there is competition amongst petrol stations, then everyone will be forced to keep the prices as low as possible, and the consumer will benefit.
But all the petrol companies indulge in the price-fixing cartel.
Ah, well, in that case, there seems to be a bit of a flaw in the theory, doesn't there, David?
Evidently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think that if the motorist would stop being so apathetic about it and take the law into their own hands, so to speak, you know, I mean, all it takes is for all the motorists to boycott the most expensive garages and the prices would tumble.
Well, not if they fix the price, because then the petrol is at the same price at every petrol station.
Well, more or less, but you can always find... So I find that if you go to the supermarket chains...
Yeah.
They're always at least 3 or 4 pence below...
Yeah.
...the ordinary garages.
Well, what are you going to save on... If you fill your car up with petrol, what are you going to save? 4 bob?
Well, actually, I mean, There's a certain garage, I don't suppose you want me to mention it, but there's a garage in Bellevue that's selling petrol now at $1.45 a gallon, and everybody else is $1.62.
God blimey.
$1.63, so you can make a huge saving there.
Yeah, well, look, don't mention the name on air.
Well, I won't do,
in a minute, give the name to Steve Huckvale, and he'll pass it on to me, and we'll both go and fill up there after the programme.
Right, yeah, well, I mean, I'll make a trip down there from Oldham especially, you know, it's well worth my while.
Are you sure it doesn't cost you more in petrol than... No, never mind.
No, certainly not, you know.
No. All right, then, fair enough. Right, good. I'm glad we've sorted that one out, whatever it was. Another break now, with the time at 22 minutes to midnight. Baby, I suppose, at least they're trying to put a bit of guts back into it. You be 40 and we'll sing our own song. The horrendous noise you can hear in the background is my highly trained and dedicated assistant, Mr. Huckvale, as usual, carrying on as if Richard Branson has employed him to clean up the studio. Thoughtfully slamming the door on his way out. Good, nice to know that everything's just as it always was. Another break, and then we're going to... we're going all over the show.
You may...
Good. 1:45. Something that I must read out now, because it's got right up my nose. Although I must say that in this occasion, the Conservative who has chosen to write to me has at least written to me, instead of writing to the gaffer behind me back and trying to drop me in it. This is Martin Rimmer, the press and media officer of the North West Area Young Conservatives, writing from Warrington. Dear Jim Reeve, he says, I have listened to your show for some time, and on the whole, I have enjoyed it. I appreciate that your political views differ from my own, and that you have every right to express your scathing remarks on the government and the Conservative Party. I must protest, however, in the strongest terms over the comments you made during your show on Wednesday the 25th of June. You accused the Young Conservatives of being riddled with neo-fascists, and you also claimed that they had been investigated by John Selwyn Gummer. I can state with complete confidence, oh yes, that none of your statements contain one iota of truth. I can state with complete confidence that we have no plans to install American chemical weapons in this country. Had I not been driving down the M6 in my XR3i when I heard your attack, I would have phoned you and corrected this gross misrepresentation immediately. I cannot comment officially for the other Conservative youth movement, the Federation of Conservative Students, I'm sure you can't, which is a separate organisation within the Tory party. However, from my personal knowledge of the FCS in the North West, it is a highly respectable and responsible democratic organisation, and anyway, they are just obeying orders. I trust I have made my point and corrected any misapprehension about our organisation. Yours sincerely, Martin Rimmer. Well, listen... Oh, Martin with an I, that's unusual. Martin, listen, if you're listening tonight and you feel so snotty about the whole business, then why don't you get in touch and you can come in one night and we'll have the whole business sorted out. And the punters can come on and they can have a go at you as well, and I'm sure that there will be no shortage of people wanting to nail you. So, Martin Rimmer, if you're listening, get in touch. In fact, in case you're not listening, I'll drop you a line and make the invitation personally. It will be nice to have you in the studio, won't it? Right. Richard Spring in Blakely.
Hello.
Hello.
I want to talk about manholes.
Well, yes, I expect you do.
Yeah, well, I fell down one.
Oh, that was unfortunate, wasn't it?
Yeah, while reading a paper.
Yeah.
Well, what I want to know is, will I get any compensation? If so, how much? And how long will it take for me to get it?
Can I answer them in any order?
Yeah.
How long it will take, presumably, will be a very, very long time.
Yeah.
How much, I've no idea. Yeah. And the other thing is, if this manhole was negligently placed...
In the middle of a road?
Well, no, I'm not talking about the actual chamber. I mean, if the lid on the manhole was not on properly...
Vanished.
It's vanished.
Yeah.
Then you've probably got quite a good case, actually, because if it had been pinched and you fell down it,
yeah,
then the onus is on the council to replace it. I know it sounds... I mean, they probably were not aware that it had been pinched.
Yeah.
The other thing is, of course, it's probably best not to mention, Richard, that you were reading a newspaper at the time.
Oh.
Because, put it this way, I mean, suppose you had walked into a lamppost.
Yeah.
You could hardly blame the council for putting the lamppost where it was, could you?
No.
In fact, they probably put the lamppost where it was with the very best of intentions. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, good.
Right, I've got a joke.
Oh, so that we've cleared up the manhole problem, have we? Good.
Yeah. Right, how would you stop a scouser from drowning?
I have no idea.
Take your foot off his head.
That's very funny.
Yeah, I thought it was, actually.
Yes,
Bye.
yes, yeah, bye-bye now. Neil Cochrane in Bramhall.
Hello there, Jim.
Yes.
Yes, little problem. What was the first record played on Piccadilly?
The first record played on Piccadilly Radio was, and I think everybody knows this, was Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys.
Thank you, yes, you won me a pint.
I've won you a pint.
Yeah, just an argument with a friend.
What's in it for me?
Not a lot.
Well, in that case, I lied.
Oh. No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Okay, what was it then?
It was just the first thing that came into my head.
Yes, I'm sure it was.
Well, I'm not going to tell you unless there's anything, you know, and there's some sort of recompense for me.
I'll send you a can of beer in.
What do you do?
What do you like?
Anything really, doesn't matter.
Bitter, lager?
Bitter.
Bitter, oh,
yeah,
right.
okay.
I'll get that sorted out for you.
In that case, it was Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys.
Surprise, surprise.
And do you want to know the name of the disc jockey?
Go on, then.
Do you not know?
I don't know.
Blimey Charlie, and so on and so forth. It was Roger Day.
Well, I never.
Well, no, you probably didn't. No. Okay, then.
Right, thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Nothing too much trouble. Bye-bye. Keith Taylor in Wigan.
Hello.
Hello.
Do you know that the boy phoned up before him who ran about Manholes?
Yes.
Well, funny enough, I'm reading it. We've got a local paper down here, and it's Wigan Reporter. It's on about Manholes being flogged. There's £20,000 worth been done.
Really?
Yeah. I've been trying to find paper. I've been talking, but I can't find it.
Nicking manhole covers and selling them?
Yeah, selling them for scrap.
Oh, just for a weigh-in?
I think, well, that's what it's saying in the paper, £20,000.
Well, they're cast iron, aren't they?
I couldn't tell you. Like I said, I've been looking for paper for proper details.
But I mean, cast iron fetches nothing.
Well, I don't know. That's what I've been reading.
For a weigh, I mean, if it was copper or something like that, yeah. But cast iron, God, to raise anything like to get a decent weigh-in with cast iron, you've got to have wagon loads of it because scrap blokes just aren't interested.
I don't know, but like I said, I've just been reading it this afternoon in paper.
So you think this may be what happened to Richard Spring, actually?
I couldn't tell you. It depends where he comes from. Like, I'm from Wigan, so he's from over there. I don't know where is it. I'll try and find paper. Like,
well, no, don't go to any trouble. Then again, I mean, I've not a lot of sympathy for a man who walks down the street reading a newspaper and then can't understand it while he falls down a manhole.
Anyway, I've got some jokes for you.
Ooh, oh, thank you.
Two scouse ones again.
Yeah.
What do you call two scousers in a car?
Go on.
Thieves.
Yeah.
Right, now this should be a good one. Yeah. Why is it people in Liverpool will never catch AIDS?
Go on.
They're too idle to get off their asses.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, then.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I wouldn't put it that strongly. Chris Butterworth in Staley Bridge. Let's get rid of that garbage. Chris Butterworth, come on. Hello. Chris Butterworth in Staley Bridge, are you going to speak to me or not? You're not going to bother?
Hello?
Yes?
Hello?
Oh, fabulous. Yes, you've made the effort.
It isn't Chris Butterworth in Staley Bridge, though.
Who is it, then?
It's Barry Specker from Bury.
Well, you're not on my list here. You're not on my docket.
Well, you must have got it wrong.
Oh, it's Hookvale again. He's lashed it up.
That's on the phone.
Anyway, get on with it, yeah.
I was going to talk about current affairs, but I thought I'd spare you.
All right, then.
I've got two scouse jokes here.
I'm not sure that this programme is meant to be a vehicle for anti-Liverpudlian humour.
Well, you've got to take the rip out of someone, haven't you?
Yeah, I suppose.
What's the difference between a scouse man and Batman?
Go on.
Batman can go out without robbing.
Ooh, that's excellent.
I've got a better one now.
Yeah.
What do you call a scouser in a suit?
Oh, we've had this one before.
The accused.
The accused, yeah.
That's about it, Jim.
That's about it. Well, that was fabulous, Barry, if that is indeed your name. OK, but I don't mind the Batman one, actually.
Yeah,
that will pass muster, yes. Off you go. Don't get carried away, though. Don't think you're Jimmy Tarbuck by any means. Oh, I'm sorry, that's very unfair. No one's as bad as Jimmy Tarbuck. David Langdon, Rochdale, come along.
Hello, Jim.
Yes?
I want to know your views on the royal family.
Why?
Because I want to know.
What's it got to do with you?
Well, what's it got to do with you? What are your views on it? I'm asking you, all the taxpayers' money, they're paying the royal family all this money. I want to know your views on it.
Well, listen, before we get onto my views on it, I'll just correct your mistaken impressions about it.
Go on.
They don't pay the royal family that money.
Don't they?
No.
Where do they get it from?
The civil list is awarded to the royal family to cover their operating expenses. OK? For the maintenance of property and for expenses incurred in the execution of their official duties and to pay the wages of people employed by the royal family.
But why do they have such large staff then? It's only a family.
Many of whom, I'm sure... They're only a family?
Yeah, of course it is. It's only a family.
How dare you, sir? They're a noble and fine institution which represents everything that's wonderful about the British Isles and so on and so forth. Many of the people that they employ, I should imagine, are fully paid-up members of the Transport and General Workers and that sort of thing, and they employ motor mechanics and chefs and sailors and all the rest of it.
I'm a chef. I'm not benefited from them.
There was some... Listen, well, this'll upset you. There was some bloke, and he was from Liverpool,
Not another scouse.
Yes, who got a job with the royal family as a valet or something like that. But anyway, I mean, it's rubbish. Do
you not think it's an awful lot of money, though, that they each get paid per year for what they do?
Well,
That's what I want to know.
I've just explained that to you, David.
No, but do you not think it's too much?
No, will you bear with me? Will you bear with me? That money, right?
Go on.
Their income comes from their property and their investments and so on and so forth, right? The civil list, which is the money awarded to them, is like expenses. And a lot of it goes through the royal family's hands and into the pockets of working people.
Well, where did the investments come from in the start?
Ah, well, you can probably trace that back to Boadicea or someone of that nature. Does that make you happy, David?
No.
No? Does anything make you happy?
Sex.
Yeah, oh, well, I should go and do that then instead of doing it...
excuse me?
What? Yes?
I think you're wrong about the royal family. I think their money came from the taxpayers in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've just claimed that it doesn't.
You're somebody else.
I'm not. David Langdon.
Are you? You don't sound like him. Anyway, yes, well, anyway, it doesn't really matter.
And
yes.
Diego Maradona.
Oh, yes.
What a wanker.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch... what was his
plank.
name?
What's a plank?
Maradona?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible. Handball.
Yeah.
I think he had a hand in the first goal.
Yes, very, very funny. Yes, thank you. You'll be off now. Oh, dear, I said it again. I promised that I wouldn't say that. We'll have a break now, I think, because that's the way things are.
Where to?
Excellent. Dean Martin, a man for whom I have the deepest admiration, largely because of the sort of things he gets up to, and memories are made of this. Welcome back. 8 minutes past midnight, 52 to get through before pushing off home time, and presumably things will blunder along on the normal hopeless path between now and 1 o'clock. 5 minutes past 1, Phil Wood will be trundling into the studio opposite, and he'll be stuck there for 4 hours to entertain you until well after dawn breaks, I should imagine, whoever dawn is. Wasn't very funny, was it? I wish I hadn't said it. We'll have a break now before we go to Newton and to Prescott. David Armstrong in Newton. Is Newton near Hyde?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, about these rainbow children.
Yes.
Yeah, you can get a video on them about, like a class of children it were, and it showed you at the age of 7 and then all through the lines.
Really?
Yeah.
And what, it's updated every so often, is it?
No, well, there was 3 videos, seen it when they were 7 and then when they were 14 and then when they were 30 odd or something like that. There was a farmer, a little lad, and his dad owned a farm, he wanted to be a farmer, and he ended up being a nuclear physicist in Australia, I think it was.
Well, that's close, isn't it?
Yeah, near enough.
Yeah. Is Gary Newman in it?
Pardon?
Gary Newman.
What about him?
Is he in it?
I don't think so.
Because it's going back a few weeks now, but I remember somebody writing to me and saying that Gary Newman was born within this this period. It was in 1959 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that he, in fact, in his autobiography, as if anybody wants to read his autobiography, he says that he was a member of this this study group, or whatever it is, called the Rainbow Children.
Yeah.
And his considered opinion is that it had no effect on his life whatsoever.
Well, there's supposed to be thousands of them, but the one I've only seen, it was only just like a classroom of children.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it was alright. I've seen it at college. This teacher had it at college.
Yeah. And what was the teacher's impression of it?
Well, she thought it was great.
Why?
Most of my mates didn't like it, but, you know, learn something every day. Just one of those things.
No.
And I've got a joke for you.
Oh, right, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
What did the scouser say to the drowning man before he went under?
I know this one. Where do you work or something, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Right, okay. Try.
You know there's a sequel to that?
Is it one then?
The bloke then goes... The bloke tells him where he works, and he goes to the factory and says, can I have so-and-so's job? And the manager says, no, we've given it to the bloke who pushed him in.
Right.
Good, isn't it? Very funny. That's the sort
Very
of thing
funny.
that keeps Liverpool laughing.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, fine. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Bye now. And talking of Liverpool, here's Alan Atwood, all the way from Prescott. Hello.
Hello, Jim.
Hello.
Yeah.
I hope we've not upset you, because, I mean, it's nothing to do with me.
Oh,
but
no,
it seems
just
a lot of...
listening,
yeah.
you know, just a quick joke to get me home back before we start.
Oh, yes.
What's the most unfortunate thing you could meet?
Go on.
A Mancunian with a brain. No?
Why? Because I don't
listening
understand.
to your programme.
Oh, yeah.
I only listen to it, 1 week in every 3.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness. But
What?
Well, I won't actually use any sort of words, but all the people you speak to, are they all belong in Winnick or what?
Winnick presumably is some sort of hospital, is it?
Yeah, and it's closer to you than me.
Yes, that's odd, isn't it? Although, of course, oh, never mind. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's not for me to say. I'm just put here to do a job, and I do it to the best of my ability.
You know what I mean? When you hear about this Isle of Wight freedom fighters...
Oh, yes.
And that Burke you were on about, it was on tonight, him at the top of your hit list.
Oh, Mike Dean, yeah.
Anyway, what I was going to ask you is...
I can't... Please understand, Alan, I can't be held responsible for this.
Oh, we know.
No, OK.
No, I was just going to say, do you fancy a job up here on our radio station? You know, we might make you a bit of a top knock, like, you know, a star.
Well, make me a better offer, yeah, and I'll consider it.
Yeah, we'll give you £5 of spuds a week and a couple of bottles of milk, you'll be all right. No, seriously.
Well, that's top money in Liverpool, isn't it?
Eh?
That's top money in Liverpool.
And no, not quite.
A razor blade.
Thrown in for top money.
A razor blade once a month.
That's no Stanley knife.
Oh, very funny. Yes, indeed.
Oh, you can get your hands on Stanley knives. We can sell them.
Yeah.
No, what I mean is, how come that the people in Manchester actually hate the people in Liverpool?
I don't know. It's funny, isn't it? Why do you think that is? Well, I mean, I gather that that we are not looked on with particular favour by Liverpudlians.
Not really, because. Well, myself personally, I work in Manchester.
Yeah.
I get up at 1 o'clock in the morning to go to work.
Well, it's worth it to get to Manchester, and of course there's no danger of you working in Liverpool, is there?
Well, let's put it this way, I can't wait to go home back to God's country.
What?
You know, it is God's country, really. Is it because you're just jealous of our city, or is it because you've never had anything really famous from Manchester?
People in Manchester are more jealous of Hiroshima.
Well, we know what happened to Hiroshima, don't you?
Yeah.
It's still standing today.
What's that going to do with it? It's more than most Liverpudlians are.
You're joking. No, seriously now.
Yes, that's right, I am joking.
Yeah, you are joking. I know, yeah. But, you know, what is that thing between the two? I mean, they're very close. I can understand if it was, say, you know, down south London and up here.
I'll tell you what it is. Because Manchester owes its preeminence to a number of things, right? It was the manufacturing capital of the British Empire. It was the commercial capital. It was the centre of world trade. It's because of the manufacturing and commerce in Manchester that Britain became the most powerful and richest nation in the world during the latter end of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th century. Those are the reasons why Manchester is famous, and the reason that Liverpool achieved passing fame can all be put down to Ken Dodd.
Oh, you're joking.
And I don't think there's any comparison, really.
Well, you know, let's put it this way. You know, you can't name anybody that's ever been really famous from Manchester. We've got a hat load from Liverpool, that's why it's so good.
Name a few.
Well, you can name the Beatles straight away.
Well, we've got...
Then you've got Kensington. Terrible line, this, isn't it? Somebody trying to interfere it to cut me off.
No, it's probably someone trying to steal the lead.
No, I think it's up your end, actually.
And up yours.
Eh?
Never mind. All right, well, we've got Freddie and the Dreamers.
Yeah, well, you are.
And Herman's Hermits.
Yeah. Go on, thinking, quick, come on, lads, phone in and tell him.
Wayne Fontana.
Yeah, and you got Joe Pickle and his plods.
That's right, yeah. Are they from Manchester? Yeah.
You know, because, you know, let's be honest, Manchester's that far out. If it would have been any farther out, it would have been in Donkey Common.
Listen, mate, the first railway station in the world, the first industrial estate in the world, the first commercial canal in the world, all the major technological advances of the 19th century were made in Manchester. You've heard of the Manchester School of Economics, all that tackle, Cobden and Bright and all this sort of thing, and all your shower can turn out is singers and comedians.
Yeah.
Yourself included.
Football team as well.
Oh, well, certainly, yeah, until City have done a bit of rebuilding, you know, strengthened the squad a bit.
Well, I thought you had more brains and support a team like that.
Who do you stick up for, then?
Well, there's only one team around, isn't there?
So I believe, yeah. Which one were you thinking of?
Well, there's only one. LFC.
LFC.
You know,
oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
I don't... All right, go on.
What? No, no. I wasn't going to say anything at all, right? Well, Alan, that was most illuminating, and of course I'm sure it has fuelled a bit of mindless parochial jealousy. So we can probably expect a lot more violence at football fixtures next season, can we?
Oh no, certainly not.
No. Oh.
No, certainly not. No, right, no. Definitely not.
Right.
But as I say, keep the calls coming in because we do really enjoy your wit up there. It's that dry, actually.
Dry as a bone, eh?
It is. By the way, have you got grey hair?
Certainly not. No.
Well, you should have after your programme.
What, have you got some you want to get rid of?
No, but you certainly will have after you've had your programme.
Well, I must admit, I do have to go and lie in a darkened room when I get home. But fortunately, there are other things... No, never mind.
Well, listen, anyway, I'm going now.
Yes.
I've got to be up early in the morning, but tell all your listeners just to keep taking the pills.
Yeah.
You know, one of these days it might happen.
Oh, it's very, very good. Did you make that one up?
No, not really.
No.
I read it out of a Manchester newspaper.
Pardon?
I read it out of your Manchester Evening News.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that good, you know, you still get the plates, you know what you chisel out of.
That's right, yeah, but mind you, at least it's got jobs in, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's got one more than we've got down here.
Like the Echo.
Undertaker for the disused cemetery.
Yeah, it's very funny, right. Bye-bye now. Good grief. Hey, that's the city that produced Ken Dot, Arthur Askey, Ted Ray, and all that. And that was Alan Atwood from Prescott, so watch out for him, hey, on the halls shortly. Oh dear. 18 minutes past midnight. I've got to play a request now. Bit of a sort of abuse of privilege spot, really. But then again, if you can't get any perks in this job, then I don't know why I bother, really, because nothing else makes it worthwhile. So I'm just going to play this record. I'm going to make no comment, but the person that it's for knows what it's all about. All right. And I'll be back after the record. Yeah. Because I'm a bit of a softy at heart, really. I mean, I'm human like everybody else. Well. Anyway, never mind, that's it. It's 22 minutes past midnight. We'll have a break now, should we? Yes, I think we'll do that. And then some more people, people, I suppose.
Oh, no!
Radcliffe and Jock Strap.
Right, Jim.
Yes.
About this Heysel Stadium. I don't know why you had that scouser on before.
No, actually, looking back, I suppose it was a rather foolish move.
Yeah, no, he don't know what he's talking about, does he?
No.
No. Right, you know them people who were saying they had to be, what do you call it, exported, is it?
Extradited.
Extradited,
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, they have them on tape, don't they?
They have what on tape?
What they're actually doing.
I believe they have videotapes of the disturbances at the Heysel Stadium in May last year, yes.
Yeah, well, they keep, the solicitors, well, they keep saying that that they've not, they won't get a fair trial.
Yeah.
Well, if they're on tape and they've got the evidence, they should be prosecuted for it, shouldn't they?
Well, it would seem to me, I mean, I'm not exactly sure what the... we may, in fact, by discussing the matter, be providing further fuel for the argument that a fair trial will be impossible. But it seems to me, suppose, for instance, that a footballer wished to appeal against a sending off and to produce videotaped evidence, videotaped record of the alleged offence, then he would insist that this video be shown in order to ensure that he did have a fair trial.
Yeah, but he's already been sent off and took his punishment, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, not unless he appeals against it and goes to an FA disciplinary committee.
Well, the Scousers have had their punishment, have they? They've got it on tape.
Well, we better be careful what we say here, Jock. What your name clearly isn't Jock Strap. This is a pseudonym, isn't it? Of course.
No, it's my name.
Is it? No one's called Jock Strap.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose in Radcliffe anything is possible.
Well, what's wrong with Radcliffe?
Well, how long have we... Listen, I'm going on holiday for a fortnight.
Hey, it's the people that count, not the place.
I know, that's what I mean.
Well, the people are all right.
Are they?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, well, look, it seems to me that videotaped evidence is evidence which can be produced in a court of law, and therefore there's no question of it. It will see that justice is done.
Yeah, it's about time, isn't it?
No comment.
Oh, OK.
For legal reasons, you understand, obviously.
Yes,
even you're not that stupid. Ray in Denton.
Hello.
Hello.
I'd just like to explain, first of all, Jim,
yeah?
I just moved down to the area from Nottingham on Saturday, back down, because I'm a Salford lad through and through, and I started listening to your programme.
Ooh, hey, I bet it was a bit of an eye-opener, wasn't it?
It was a bit of a shock, actually, because you can imagine 12 months ago in Piccadilly, I love Piccadilly Station. I think it's the greatest station there is.
But now you can't...
No, don't get me wrong.
It could improve so dramatically.
It shocked me when I heard your voice, you see, because I hadn't heard you before. And then I was trying to work out what kind of a programme you have.
Brilliant.
Just explain that to me, first of all, what kind of a programme it's supposed to be.
It's fabulous.
Yeah, but I mean, like a couple of people have already said, particularly a lady, she came on and she said that you have a load of rubbish talking on here.
Mm-hmm.
I must admit a lot of it is. Now, I've just explained I'm a Salford lad through and through and proud of it, right?
Why?
But, because they were salt of the earth once upon a time, not now, but once upon a time they were, before they pulled it all down. But what what I really got onto you about,
listen,
I've got 5 brothers and 3 sisters are all Scousers.
What?
Yeah, and I'll tell you something else.
How did that happen?
My mum got a bit fed up of having them in Liverpool. But anyway, what I was trying to find out is, what is all this jokes about Liverpool, Scousers and what have you?
I don't know. It is from the murky depths of the minds, if I may use that expression, of the people who listen to this programme. Suddenly, everyone wants to tell gags about Scousers. Why? I do not know. I suppose it's like yo-yos and hula hoops and CB radio.
Yeah.
Suddenly, the public consciousness seizes upon it. It struts its brief span upon the stage, and then is no more. And the sooner the flaming better.
Yeah, I must agree with you on that. But what I was going to say was, I don't think you'll find Scousers really get upset about it, because what I think it all boils down to with the Manchester people and Salford people is, and I hate to go back on this because I'm a football lover, let me put that straight, I'm a football lover. I support a team, a Magic team, and I think what it all boils down to, all this joke telling from the Manchester people, is because Liverpool don't shout their mouths off in the paper. They play the football, and that's where their mouths are shut off.
Well, I'm afraid on this subject, Ray, we are precisely in agreement. And I've had letters from City fans and from... actually, I had one lengthy one from a Liverpool fan saying that they are just as brassed off as everybody else. The fact that, and I've said this on the programme many times before, that in fact once the first evening news of the football season comes out, that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Right? United have won the league.
Exactly.
No problem. Unfortunately, the evening news hasn't actually been right since 1967.
Yeah, I
which is
agree with you.
Quite a long time ago,
Well,
I think.
can I just go on to one little subject that gentleman mentioned about the last one, about the Heysel Stadium thing?
Yeah.
First of all, I'm not disagreeing that people should be brought to justice kind of thing.
All right.
But I am up in arms away, everybody, and I mean everybody, not just here, over in Europe. I've been working in Europe for the last couple of years. I won't say what my job is, but I've been working in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And I was over in Spain in April of this year. And while I was there, I happened to be looking at a football match, and it was Barcelona against Bilbao, Atletico Bilbao. You know where they are? They're in the Basque Country.
Right.
And I'll tell you something, whether there was people killed there, I don't know, but that Heysel Stadium was a fairy tale compared to what I saw on the television in Spain, but you never hear of any of that over here.
Tell me more.
Well, Atletico Bilbao played Barcelona in some kind of a two-legged cup affair that they have in Spain.
Probably called the Spanish Cup, I expect.
Well, it wasn't like, our FA Cup, if you understand my meaning.
Right.
I suppose it was their League Cup,
Yeah.
But anyway, they were playing there, and Barcelona won 3-2 on aggregate.
Right.
And the crowd just went berserk, and I mean berserk. They went on the pitch. Now, the police had guns and everything else. They went on the pitch, and they were knocking 7 kinds of muck out of the police, and it was just incredible to watch. It really was. The cameras were all over trying to watch everybody. And it wasn't just 1 or 2, it was the whole crowd. I mean...
It's very odd, this, because after the... I mean, I'm not in any way trying to lighten the significance of what went on at the Heysel Stadium, but because, I mean, that's pretty...
I'll be honest with you, I was very upset, like a lot of people were, and I'm a Liverpool supporter.
Well, right. I mean, I saw it coming in by satellite when I was in Saudi, and I thought I must be dreaming.
Yeah,
it must be some sort of joke.
Yeah.
And I went in and told the other people, and everybody's chin just hit the desk.
Yeah.
But I gather that afterwards, some rival fans of who's Juventus's biggest rivals? Is it FC Roma?
Roma, yeah, it is. Yeah.
That apparently on the walls of Juventus's stadium was sprayed in Italian aerosol paint. Thank you very much, Liverpool. So it seems that sort of sub-form isn't confined to Britain by any means.
Can I just say one more thing about this?
Yeah.
When I was in Yugoslavia, actually, last year, when all this happened, or just after all this happened, and I got talking to a courier guide who was a Belgian girl.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this particular thing that happened in Belgium, and she said to me that the Belgian people themselves, I'm talking now about the people, not the government or the police, were more upset with the government and the police than they were with the Liverpool or Italian fans.
Well, as you've probably heard on the news recently, the Belgian government, as well as applying for the extradition of people what's the word, accused whom they wish to charge with offences related to that match. They also say that they're going to carry out an inquiry into police behaviour, and it is not unlikely that it is not impossible that prosecutions will be brought against police officers for what
But it's
took
as
part
with
in that.
everything else, it's always done when it's too late, isn't it?
Well, right, yeah.
You know, because our police over here, we all call them, but I think they are the best police in the world, you know.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, at that point, you've just blown all credibility.
Sorry about that.
Right.
But I've seen a few in Europe like you probably have.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for talking to me.
Oh, you're very welcome indeed, Ray.
Thanks a lot.
Right.
Cheers.
Listen, whereabouts in Salford were you born?
Me, I was born right down near Trafford Bridge, Grantham Street. I don't think it's there now.
Oh,
Facing
no.
Colgate Palmolive.
Oh, no, it's all gone. They've changed the road and everything there.
Yeah, I
haven't they?
know.
Yeah.
It's beautiful then.
Well, if it's any consolation to you, my gran lived on Weast Road.
I know Weast Road very well.
And my father was born on West Winford Street.
Oh, well, they're great people then.
There you are. Well, I got along with them all right. Very good, sir. Good night now.
Thanks, Jim.
All right, that was very cheery, wasn't it, and convivial. That's quite enough of that on the programme. I think we'll go into super nasty for the remaining 27 minutes. Yes, we'll do that. Oh, no, it's Jean Clive in Earlham, so we'll be pleasant just for the next few minutes. But, oh, yeah, it's all right. Jimmy White's next, so he'll cop for it. Hello, Jean.
Hello.
Hello.
Hiya.
Yeah.
I've never spoken on the radio before. Right, do you know last night, right, there's this lad on called Phil Beckett. Do you remember?
Vaguely.
Well, he was talking about some video and television or something, was going on about an XR3 on Barton Bridge that wrapped round, his mum and dad wrapped round a lamppost.
Oh, yes, an XR3 cut him
he
up.
was talking a load of bull.
Why is that?
Oh, well, he sat here with me now, right, and he just thought he'd phone you up and get you going and wind you up and all this.
So it was a pack of lies, was it?
Yes, it was.
Right, Phil Beckett, you're a wally, right? Is he there? Put him on.
He is, Phil.
Put him on.
Yeah, Phil, he wants to talk to you.
Jim?
Listen, Beckett.
Yeah?
I believe you've been misleading me quite deliberately.
No, it wasn't a misled conversation, Jim.
Yes, it was.
It's just that this girl's had too many vodkas.
No way, Phil.
And, that's the way it goes.
By the sound of her, she's had just about the right number.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I'm round at her house.
Yes, well, all the very best to you. Right,
thanks
bye-bye.
very much, Jim.
Oh, think nothing of it. Jimmy White in Crumpsall. Oh, hang on. Get out of it. Yes, Jimmy White in Crumpsall.
Hello.
Yeah.
Do you believe that Arthur Scargill lives in a fantasy world?
No.
Then why then, when addressing the annual conference of the NUM at Tenby, why did he call on his battle-scarred troops to stand by for another bitter war? I mean, does he honestly believe that his men are in any mood to obey another call to arms after what happened last year?
Clearly. Listen, do you think this is any questions? Are you reading that out from a piece of paper?
No.
It sounds very much as if you are.
This is all from my brains.
Oh, crikey. Right then.
Right.
Well, I shall make allowances for that then when I answer.
Yeah.
No, what of course, in the words of one of Mr. Scargill's political colleagues, his policies are right, it's just that he's got the presentation a little bit wrong, you see. He's wasted his time talking all this crap about the class war and all this sort of thing. Like so many people on the left, he fails to understand that the media are so geared up to right-wing thinking and they're so skilled at it that they will make mincemeat of him every time he opens his mouth, and he should therefore tailor his remarks much, much, much more carefully. But in actual fact, Arthur Scargill does not live in a fantasy world. Arthur Scargill has demonstrated, or rather Ian McGregor and Margaret Thatcher have demonstrated on Arthur Scargill's behalf, that it is Arthur Scargill who lives in the real world, because all the pit closures and job losses which Arthur Scargill said were part of the National Coal Board's plan before the last pit strike were in actual fact carried out the minute the pit strike was over.
Right, and does that mean that you'd be in favour of another strike?
I would certainly be in favour of something which would stop the coal board, British Coal it's called now, pursuing its policies, partly because they are callous and not untypical of the administration which is currently running British Coal. I know in theory it doesn't, but in practice it does, obviously. But also because they're simply short-sighted.
I mean, you didn't answer my question. Would you, if Arthur Scargill said, right, let's have another strike, and there was another strike, would you be all for it?
I would be all for it if it was done in the right way.
Yeah, but
I mean, Arthur Scargill called a strike in the spring of 1984, just as the weather was starting to get nice, We had a lovely summer, and we had a bit of a nasty winter, but not enough to seriously deplete the coal stocks. And he's now talking about another strike when it's about 90 degrees in the shade. Therefore, I'm not sure. I think Arthur Scargill sometimes thinks that he's president of the National Union of Ice Cream Men.
Right, but there's 500 men right now still trying to get their jobs back, and with another strike, I think, like, there'll obviously be more.
More what?
More people unemployed then. Like, they won't be able to get their jobs back.
Well, whether they strike or not, there will be more people unemployed, won't they? Because the National Coal Board are going to go ahead. Sorry, British Coal. Why do they have to do this? As if people... Do they think it'll work like it did with Windscale? If they change the name, people will think it's something different entirely. The British Coal are going to carry on closing pits and making people redundant, willy-nilly, just as Arthur Scargill predicted 2 years ago. 2 years ago and more.
Yeah. Well, anyway, my mum thinks that, like, you're brilliant and I should, like, look up to you. She said that you're far more brainier than I am, which
Yeah.
I don't think she is right there.
Well, I should think that. Anyway,
no, and she said that I should, like, learn from you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what happened to my letter? Like, I put a first-class stamp on it, so you should have got it yesterday.
I don't know. Well, you can't hold me responsible for the vagaries.
It's got a very nice message to Mr. Steve Hookvale.
Has it really? Well, I'm sure it will arrive in due course then. Why don't you...
Do you want me to, like, read it out from my mind?
No, not at all.
Well, will you please read it out?
Well, yes, when I get it, I can't read it out before it. What do you want me to do? Go down to Newton Street and say, excuse me, would you mind going through your 3 million letters and see if there's one there from Jimmy White, please?
Hang on, Jim, and I'd like to say hello to everyone I talk about. The cretins, right there.
Yeah, fabulous. Right, thank you.
Is that it?
Yes, that's definitely
I'll be on tomorrow.
Not if I can help it. Jimmy White there, where was he from? What a complete... Oh, Crumpsall. Ah, yes, well, there we are. Enough said. Oh, dear, never mind. 21 minutes to go. Oh, and yes, I should say, actually, we're going to have a daft record. It's the return by public demand of Ivor Biggin in just a moment. And on the subject of rubbish music and silly songs and what have you, tomorrow night, because it's the last one before I go on holiday for a fortnight, we're going to have an all-crap music programme. There will be the usual discussion, I'm quite convinced of that. There seems to be nothing that we can do to avoid that, and it will all be utter garbage. But in addition, instead of being utterly, unspeakably fabulous, the music selection tomorrow night will be crap from beginning to end. There's going to be Milliken and Nesbitt, there's going to be the R.J. Wagsmith Band, there's going to be Gertie Moltzen, there's going to be Ivor Biggin, there's going to be every rubbish record that you've ever heard in your life is going to be brought your way between 10 p.m. tonight and 1 a.m. tomorrow morning, so stay tuned, won't you? Jolly good. Right, a break, and then Ivor Biggin. They don't write them like that anymore, do they? Ivor Biggin and the Red-Nosed Burglars, and My Brother's Got Files, brackets, misprint. And Ivor Biggin is just one of the many no-hopers from the world of music who will be featuring on the programme tomorrow night. Another break, and then we're going to take some more people. Extra! Aren't we all? Now, I'm going to do something, and depending on whether I'm being informed correctly or not, I'm going to talk to either Mark Greenwood or Robin Birdcrest. Ah, are you Mark Greenwood?
Yes, I am.
Oh, right. So you're not Robin Birdcrest?
No, certainly not.
Then I expect you're very pleased about that. Right. Off you go, then.
Right. Well, I'd like to know if you've
God, dear me, it's like trying to start a car on a frosty morning, isn't it, with some people?
I'd like to know if you've ever been on jury service.
No.
You've not?
I have not.
Well, before I start
I didn't nod my head then.
Well, I couldn't see that, could I?
No, it's radio.
Well, before I start that, have you got a jingle?
No, I think it's just the way my trousers fasten.
Why haven't you not got a jingle?
Well, I can't be bothered doing one.
Ah, yeah, good.
How does this tie in with jury service?
No, it doesn't, no.
Oh, OK, fine. Mark Wall in Reddish.
Hello, Jim.
Hello.
Yeah, I believe you don't like CB there, Jim.
Pardon?
I believe you don't like CB.
You believe I don't like CB?
Yeah.
I suppose that's one way of looking at it.
But why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because it's boring and stupid.
It's not.
It is.
I don't think it is, Jim.
I'm sorry.
No, it can save people's lives, Jim, that, Roger.
Yes, it can. What I don't like are all the Burks who are called things like Mark Wall, but who have nicknames like Conan the Barbarian and things like that.
Yeah, my handle's Kappa.
Is what?
It's Kappa, my handle.
Crapper?
Kappa.
Kappa, oh. That's easy mistake to make. Yeah. No. Good. Well, yeah, actually, are you there, Mark? Yeah, you want to say a few hellos?
Please.
Yeah, we'll get on your CB radio. Mickey Bird in Withenshaw. Hello.
Yeah, is that Jim?
Yes, of course.
I'd like to get back to that scouser that was on before from Prescott there.
Yeah.
I think you didn't go far enough there when you said why Liverpudlians are so unpopular. I think they get so much sympathy through the media, through government grants and through ministers taking backhanders to help them out of the situation they've got themselves into. That, you know, I think some of these things should be mentioned on the programme as well, if there's any of them listening.
Well, do so. What do you mean, if there's any of them listening? Yes, there are hundreds of thousands of Liverpudlians listening to this programme.
Yeah, well, I think they should realise there what a bunch of no-hopers they are.
That's an interesting theory.
Yeah. I've got a little joke for you there.
Yeah.
What's the most confusing day on Merseyside?
I can hazard a guess. Go on.
Father's Day.
Very, very good. Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You know why?
Yes, of course
Because
I
they're
know
all
why.
bastards.
Yeah. Now, there's no call for that, right? Listen, you came very close to telephone number time then.
Pardon?
Do you want to tell it again cleanly?
No, I don't think so.
No, you don't. You can have your telephone number read out if you want.
No, it's all right. Thanks a lot.
Well, do
Bye.
you want to apologise?